Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The processional will begin momentarily, but first, we present the following message from the senior class.
All throughout our school year, we have had some wonderful events and activities. Many of these are so exciting. Football games, pep rallies, volleyball games, basketball games, soccer, and many other activities allow us to show our support by shouting and clapping.
As a cheerleader, I know how to get the crowd involved with cheers so that we can show our support for our teams.
Even some of our fine arts activities like plays and concerts allow us to applaud loudly or stand and cheer at the end. But tonight is different. Tonight is a more serious occasion.
Tonight, we are celebrating, but in a different way. This evening's event is our last time together as a senior class, and while it is a joyous occasion, it is also a serious reflection of the work we have done over the past 13 years.
Tonight, we want every one of us and our family members to be able to enjoy our moment in the spotlight. So please refrain from yelling, calling out, shouting, or clapping when any of our names are called. When you do that, the next senior called and their family may not hear their name. So we, the senior class of 2026, ask you to please be respectful throughout our graduation ceremony.
Tonight is our night to shine. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. You may be seated. Oh, sorry. What is that? The pledge. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good evening and welcome to the 2026 commencement ceremony of the Academy for Classical Education. Tonight is a celebration of achievement, perseverance, and purpose. It marks the culmination of years of hard work by the graduates seated before us and the unwavering support of the families, teachers, and friends who have walked beside them throughout the journey. This year also marks an important milestone in the life of ACE as we conclude our 12th year and celebrate our 8th graduating class. What began in 2014 as a vision has grown into a thriving school community built upon high expectations, meaningful relationships, and commitment to academic excellence. Over the years, we have watched students discover talents they never knew they possessed, overcome challenges that once seemed impossible, and mature into thoughtful young adults prepared to make their mark in the world. Tonight's graduates are the embodiment of that journey. To our families, thank you for your trust, sacrifices, and partnership. To our faculty and staff, thank you for the dedication and excellence you pour into this school every day. And to the class of 2026, thank you for making us proud. You leave this place not only with a diploma, but with the responsibility to live with integrity, pursue excellence, and continue seeking truth, goodness, and beauty in all things. Tonight is more than a ceremony. It is the beginning of a new chapter filled with promise and opportunity. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what lies ahead.
Good evening, class of 2026. I'm from the 1900s. It wasn't so very long ago, and by that I mean in the grand scheme of the universe, that I sat in seats like yours as a graduating senior of the class of 1988. Now, yes, it does seem like a really long time ago, doesn't it? 1988, I'm willing to bet your parents were alive, They probably hadn't been for long, and I bet they did not know each other yet. But I was a graduating high school senior looking forward to moving away from home to the campus of UGA, go Dogs, thank you, and being what I considered to be a full-grown adult living on campus. Now, as your parents and I now know, that's ridiculous. I was a child living on a college campus. So it was the 80s. I'm sure you've heard about those, right? We had really big hair, and we made it big with extremely flammable, toxic hairspray. It's my understanding now that a lot of that contributed to what we've got going on climate-wise. And if I was asked, was it worth it? Yes. We did not have caller ID or cell phones, okay? Just imagine that for a moment. The phone rang. We didn't know who it was. We had to answer it not knowing. If we wanted to call our friends, we'd have to call their house phone and run the risk of their parents answering the phone. You had to talk to your friend's parents on the phone. And because we didn't have cell phones, if our cars broke down, we had to find a payphone without getting snatched up by a serial killer. Y'all have Netflix, right? You know that in the 80s we were just mere moments away from being snatched up by a serial killer. We didn't have Netflix, so we did not know that. But despite all of the danger surrounding us back in those terrible times without your modern conveniences, I do remember sitting there in chairs like those, listening to what well-meaning adults had to say about our future and how excited we should be about it. And much, much, much more recently, I sat in seats like these as the mother of a graduating senior. My son graduated in ACE's very first graduating class in 2019. So from that experience, I know that those of you in that balcony right now are already pretty hot and sweaty. My son is here tonight. He gave me very specific instructions. Do not mention my name, Eddie Muscali, and do not tell anybody we're related. Sorry, Pumpkin. So from being in your seats, I know what you want. You want me to impart some practical wisdom, do it quickly, and sit down. I got you. A couple of you know that I'm friends with your moms, and you want me to impart some practical wisdom and not say anything embarrassing about you that you know I probably know. Right, Parker? Naomi? I got you. Don't worry about it. And I know that the faculty and staff here want me to stay on topic, impart some practical wisdom, and do it without saying anything even remotely offensive, and whatever I do, do not go viral. I'm relatively sure I got you. Now, as I thought about what to say to you all tonight, I thought back to what I would have wanted to hear when I was in your seats. And I think what I wanted to know then, and quite frankly, every day since, is for someone who had gone ahead of me and had figured it out to tell me what you figured out. My high school graduation speaker, and I remember nothing about him except it was a man who said, "You are the you in attitude." Are you kidding me? I was like, I cannot believe they're paying this man to say this silly stuff. Because that's right. I was today years old when I found out you don't get paid to speak to graduating seniors. I'm not making any money up here at all right now. But let me tell you something. It's been 38 years, and I still remember it. So if I say nothing else right now that resonates with you tonight, I know that will. And you are welcome. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you 4 things that I wish I knew when I was graduating from high school. I'm 38 years ahead of you in life, and I'm going to give you 4 things that I think you need to know. You ready for number 1? Start saving for retirement. I mean, right now, you think that's crazy. Like, what is that old lady talking about? Oh, retirement? We're just starting our lives. Raise your hand if you like nice things. Do you think that diminishes as you get older? No, it does not. And those nice things get more expensive. And by the way, all that money you're about to spend on your dorm room decor, I cannot tell you how unbelievably dumb that is. And I know you won't listen, okay? But in 38 years, you're going to be so embarrassed you spent that amount of money on that dorm room. But in 38 years, you might have kids getting ready to go to college, and you're going to need that money, okay? So start saving right now. There's a famous financial advisor, believe it or not, she's famous, which I guess to you all means that she has a podcast. And her name is Susie Orman. And she says that she was talking to 25-year-olds, that if a 25-year-old started saving $100 a month, just $100 a month, by the time they retired, they would have over $1 million. Now, full disclosure, I saw her say that on a Facebook reel, which is TikTok for old ladies. And I haven't done the math, but you all are ACE scholars. And so you can figure out if you were able to save $100 a month now for the next 30 or 40 years, how much money you have. I can't do math, so I went to law school. But I know this. I know you spend more than that at Starbucks and Seven Brew and Cercheros and Chick-fil-A, right? So let's start saving that money. Okay, so number 1, you're going to start saving for retirement. You ready for number 2? Stop planning your wedding. Raise your hand if you're in love right now. I know you don't want to raise your hand. I knew you wouldn't raise your hands, but that's okay. Some of you are in love. Somebody's really upset right now that somebody else didn't raise their hand. That's fine. That's fine. You don't need to worry about a life partner until you get the life you want, okay? Nobody is sitting in these chairs this evening, thinking, all right, this is it. I wanted to get a high school diploma. I got a high school diploma. I'm done. Nobody's thinking that. You all have lives that you want. You want jobs. There's a job out there you want. You want to go to school, get graduate degrees to get the jobs you want, to get the life that you have prepared for, right? Get the life you want before you worry or look for a life partner. And if you think you're in love right now, and you may be, if they're the right person, when you get to where you're going, they will still be there with you. But get there first. All right, so you're going to start saving, stop planning for your retirement. Here's number 3. I want you to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay? We hear a lot about our comfort zones, right? Right now, ACE is probably a pretty comfortable space for you. You've been here a long time, your friends are here. A lot of you have been here maybe since first grade, right? This is the class that started in first grade. But as you go out into the world after high school, as you leave your family homes, try new experiences. You may not be comfortable all the time, but that's okay, because sometimes we use our comfort zone as a crutch. And it stops us from trying new things or having new experiences because we think we won't feel comfortable. But what I think you will find, and I wish I had known this earlier, is that those experiences we try to avoid or that we don't think we can do because we might not be comfortable, those are the things that have the most positive impact on you and on others. Now we're at number 4. It's the last one. And it's going to be hard for a lot of you to hear. Okay? You may want to hold on to the person next to you. It's not all about you. Not out there in the real world. It is not all about you. Now, right now you think it is, because right now your loved ones, look, it's all about you right now. As you're graduating, you're moving on, it's all about you. But as you meet new people in your new surroundings, keep in mind, not everybody was raised like you. Not everybody went to a school like ACE. There are those of you in this class going far away to school. Somebody's going to school in Pittsburgh, right? We've got people joining the military. We've got some future Marines in this class. We've got somebody going to the Coast Guard. You're going to be encountering people from all different walks of life, different places. They may not know what y'all means. They may drink unsweet tea. They may think barbecue means grilling hamburgers and hot dogs on a grill. I kid you not. Some people call that barbecue. But that doesn't mean they can't speak properly or that they don't know how to eat properly. It means they're different from you. And that's okay. Because your way isn't the only way. Your way isn't even necessarily the right way. It's just how you do it here. Be open to trying different things. Not unsweet tea, though. That is ridiculous. My least favorite reason for why people say they're doing something is because they said, that's how I've always done it. I think that's a terrible reason to do something. Are you familiar with, or have you heard of Bill Nye, the science guy? Okay. He said once, everyone you meet knows something you don't know. And I think that's really interesting. Everybody you meet knows something you don't know. So when you meet people, find out what that is. Learn something different. Now I'm going to end tonight with some very good news. Are you ready? The best years of your life, they haven't happened yet. This isn't it. They're out there. They're out there waiting for you, the best years of your life. You are going to do great things. You're going to help people. You're going to teach people. You're going to protect people. Save people. Heal people. And love people. You're going to work hard. You've already shown everybody at this school, everybody in this auditorium, that you work hard. Over $4 million in scholarship money awarded to the ACE class of 2026. Over $4 million. That's hard work. You can do it, and you will keep doing it. And my hope for you is that you do hard work at something you love doing. Something you love doing. Not something your parents love doing. Not something your parents would love for you to do. Something that you love doing. I've been a prosecutor for over 30 years. It's my dream job. I wanted to be a prosecutor when I was in high school. Loving what you do, liking going to work is a blessing. And I hope it's a blessing that all of you have. You know what's a bigger blessing? Not having to work. So if you pay attention to number 1 and retire, you could retire early, 35, 40, and that would be also a very big blessing. There's one thing I can absolutely guarantee about your future. You will have hard times. You will have hard times. The bad times are temporary. Unfortunately, the good times are too. So enjoy them as they're coming. Spend them with your friends and your family. And I want you to know that's why your parents keep getting choked up as they talk about your graduation. That's why your moms keep posting the picture of you graduating from kindergarten, graduating from high school, and your moms cry. It's because we already know. We already know. It all happens so fast. ACE traffic will seem slower than the next 38 years of your life. Go do great things. Congratulations, class of 2026.
past 4 years have been challenging for all of us in some way or another. But for as much as a challenge or test or trial might elicit a negative feeling at first, I think the positives from those things, both the unseen and the seen, outweigh the rough patches every single time. Let's take a look at some of our challenges from the past. What about this year, battling with senioritis? I think we all lost a few of those battles here and there. I know I did. But we overcame it, step by step, and we won the war. Or let's go to almost 2 years ago, all the way to the bike ride at the end of the DC trip. Maybe a faulty bike, or the heat, or a bruise, or a slight detour might have thrown us off. But we all pushed each other through and had a blast. Or how about sophomore year? When Mr. Smith assigned us the infamous Cornell notes that first night. They were scary at first, and honestly, still a little frightening at the end. But we stepped up our work ethic and conquered our fear. And we can't forget freshman year, when May of 2026 felt infinitely far away and completely unreal. But look at us now. We did it together, along with every amazing parent, teacher, and staff member that made it all possible. And looking back on every challenge, I wouldn't trade a single one for anything, because they molded us and grown us into people that our freshman selves will be proud of. And they've taught me more than I ever would have imagined, including these two things. First, this ACE class of 2026 is special, and it truly would not be complete without each and every one of you. And all of us have unique gifts that will push us through this next step, whatever it may be. And second, at a low point for me, about 1.5 years ago, I met this guy who met me right where I was. This guy was, and still is, the most compassionate, wise, strong, caring, and loving person I'll ever meet. His name is Jesus Christ. And I'm confident that what I learned from him was, is, and will be the most important lesson I'll ever learn. He taught me that through every challenge, every mistake, every hurricane before your graduation, or every car accident that you might get into right before your graduation where you have to make a speech, we don't talk about that, and everything, truly, I can have peace no matter what, because God's love and God's plan, even when we can't see it, for all of us, is perfect. And I rest in that. Thank you.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and staff, and most importantly, ACE class of 2026. People often say, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, but I think that number deserves to be a little higher. To our teachers, coaches, and mentors, thank you for pouring into us day after day. From the first day of kindergarten to the very last day of senior year, you have shaped who we are at every stage. To my parents, thank you for instilling in me the drive and confidence to pursue my passions, and for your unwavering support every step of the way. A special thanks to my brother for picking up my calls at 2 a.m. asking for help with homework. This almost feels like your achievement. And to my Forest Hills Church family, your faith and encouragement have taught me to glorify God in all that I do. Thank you for fostering a community that has shaped my character and guided me in every aspect of life. For some of us, ACE holds 2,160 days of memories, and for others, 180 days. Each and every one of us had different experiences that formed our years in school, but regardless of the different paths we took to get here, some memories truly unite us. Sprinting down the streets of New York City at 11 p.m. to take a picture with the Rockefeller tree, the faculty-staff wig-snatching game at the pep rally, the spray bottle and orange chair in 6th grade, if you know, you know. From when the 800 hallway was a storage room, and when the gable sat where the new athletic facility sits now, having the privilege of growing up alongside ACE means being a witness to countless full-circle moments. Day trips to the Museum of Arts and Sciences turned into the Museum of Natural History in New York City. 5th grade field day turned into senior field day. Excitedly meeting the high school athlete your grammar school class adopted turned into being the senior athlete visiting the class that spoils you with gifts. Awards nights, starting at Mabel White, now ending with graduation at the City Auditorium. You have taught me that success is more than a number or an award, but in the people we surround ourselves with. We've learned how to adapt when COVID-19 shifted everything online, and how to show up for each other when members of the ACE community are fighting life's hardest battles. We are here tonight to celebrate the end of a chapter, the culmination of years of hard work, late nights, early mornings, and getting to school every day at 7:45 a.m. even with Bass Road closed. Senior year has been full of lasts. Last first day, last prom, last AP exam, thank goodness. And in the words of a wise calculus teacher, sometimes it's good to be done with things. But the adventures of the class of 2026 are far from over. As we step into new schools, new cities, and new challenges, whether it's in Macon, Georgia, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or somewhere in between, be intentional about who you are and what you invest your time in, and don't shy away from the unfamiliar. I have no doubt that you, class of 2026, will be bold, be compassionate, and make your mark wherever you may be. Congratulations, ACE class of 2026.
As principal of the Academy for Classical Education, I have the honor to present to you the class of 2026. I certify that these young ladies and young gentlemen have met all attendance requirements and Carnegie unit requirements required by the state of Georgia and the Academy for Classical Education. I hereby petition the governing board chairman to confirm that these young ladies and young gentlemen are 2026 graduates of the Academy for Classical Education.
As chairman of the governing board of the Academy for Classical Education, I certify that these young ladies and young gentlemen have completed the requirements prescribed by the Georgia Department of Education and the Academy for Classical Education, and now confirm you as graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please respect the honor and dignity of our ceremony by holding all of your applause and call-outs and cheering until every student's name has been called and that they have returned to their seat. And then I promise you, we will have a celebration. Gerald Nathanael Acosta, ACE Diploma with distinction. Logan Delaney Adams, ACE Diploma. Ava Claire Allen, ACE Diploma. Caroline Ella Grace Allen, ACE Diploma with distinction. David Christopher Allen, Jr., ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Ella Kate Allen, ACE Diploma. Hadassah Guerriere Antoine, ACE Diploma. Ashley Danielle Arrington, ACE Diploma. Camden Pace Bailey, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude. Amelia Marie Barefoot, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta, and National Honor Society. Paul Stephen Battle, ACE Diploma. Jesse Gavin Beeman, ACE Diploma with distinction. Lillian Grace Bender, ACE Diploma. Elizabeth Ann Bennett, ACE Diploma with distinction, National Honor Society. Lily Catherine Bivens, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta, and National Honor Society. Madeline English Bowman, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Mariah Elise Brown, ACE Diploma with distinction. Aubrey Lee Burnham, ACE Diploma with distinction. Bobby Joe Bush, ACE Diploma with distinction. Isabella Canul Valencia, ACE Diploma with distinction. Henry Hathcock Carter, ACE Diploma with distinction. Cole Pierce Chatham, ACE Diploma. Ethan Henry Cook, ACE Diploma. Liam Aaron Cook, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude. Catherine Victoria Davidson, ACE Diploma with distinction. Thomas Drake Davidson, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, beta. Kamari Nicole Davis, ACE Diploma with distinction. Curtis James De Leon, ACE Diploma with distinction. Kyler Michael Deladonna, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Sophie Grace Denny, ACE Diploma with distinction. Zachary Austin Dent, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Catrice Juliana Donaghy, ACE Diploma. Avery Nicole Dykes, ACE Diploma. Palmer O'Neill Edge, ACE Diploma. Madison Lane Edwards, ACE Diploma with distinction, cum laude. Michael Sebastian Falduti, ACE Diploma with Distinction. David Joseph Allen Fanning, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Aaliyah Ayana Fennell, ACE Diploma. Haley Easton Floyd, ACE Diploma with Distinction. John Thomas Fry, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Camden James Fullington, ACE Diploma, Magna Cum Laude. Brandon Carter Gilbert, ACE Diploma. Isabella Josephine On Gordon, ACE Diploma. Colin Patrick Grady, ACE Diploma. Natalia Ann Grant, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta. Ellis Catherine Greer, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Hollis Beckett Griffin, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Hammock, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Jackson Garrett Hankey, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta. Saxon Trinity Harp, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Lewis Stephen Harrington, salutatorian, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta and National Honor Society. James Rickles Heath, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Ethan Paul Hemming, ACE Diploma. Raina Mae McCatherine Henderson, ACE Diploma with distinction. Michael Slade Hodge, ACE Diploma, Beta. Alexis Maria Hornaday, ACE Diploma. Aubrey Mariah Hornaday, ACE Diploma. Lane Everett Honeycutt, ACE Diploma with distinction, cum laude, Beta. Delaney Kate Giles, ACE Diploma with distinction. Stella Catherine Johansson, ACE Diploma with distinction. Mia Cecilia Johnson, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Hudson Jeffrey Jones, ACE Diploma. Alan Ferez Karamani, ACE Diploma with distinction. Anna Kate Kitchens, ACE Diploma with distinction. Acer Christian Laconico, ACE Diploma with distinction. Samantha Singh Lee, valedictorian, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, star student, Beta and National Honor Society. Athen Nicholas Leontopoulos, ACE Diploma with distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Avery Samantha Lewis, ACE Diploma with distinction. Carter Tate Lewis, ACE Diploma with distinction. Kinsley Grace Lineberger, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Anne Marie Long, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Christine Brianne Lumen, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Jacob Brennan Lusk, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Jonathan Lee Main, ACE Diploma. Robert Jacob Malloy, ACE Diploma. Dylan Stiles Mason, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Philip Parker McElhaney, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Caitlin Claire McGill, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Bailey Alexandria Miller, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Envy Nyla Monique Mintz, ACE Diploma. Alberto Marin Miranda Valencia, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Caden Lyric Niece, ACE Diploma. Marley Blue Nelson, ACE Diploma. Naomi Wang Nguyen, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta, National Honor Society. Caden Spencer Oscar, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Kavya Namish Patel, ACE Diploma. Yug Gitesh Patel, Ace Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta, National Honor Society. Michael Pellegrini, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Veronica Jane Perkins, Ace Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. V. Mary Claire Pham, Ace Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Macy Locke Pierce, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Mary Joyner Powell, Ace Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Maddie Page Powell, Ace Diploma. Sadie Elizabeth Redmond, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Kaya Ann Reese, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Madeline Danielle Reeves, Ace Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Lainey Catherine Richardson, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Hayden Barber Robertson, Ace Diploma with Distinction, cum laude. Kalia Simone Rollin, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Jaden Christopher Samuel, Ace Diploma. Aiden James Sanderson, Ace Diploma. Nico Conception Sardoma, Ace Diploma. Edward Chase Sasser, Ace Diploma. Ria Tashar Savalia, Ace Diploma with Distinction. Wilson Patrick Sen, ACE Diploma. Cheyenne Siddiqui, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Beta. Manmeet Singh, ACE Diploma with Distinction, National Honor Society. Lily Grace Singleton, ACE Diploma with Distinction, cum laude. Dominic Sebastian Sumas, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Tristan Asher Sutherland, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, National Merit Scholar, National Honor Society. Amelia Pearson Stecker, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Riley Olivia Stecker, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, National Honor Society. Jalen Daniel Stevens, ACE Diploma. Parker Weathersby Stevens, ACE Diploma. Avery Grace Stone, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Marley Jaden Story, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta. Noah David Syme, ACE Diploma. Mary Evelyn Terry, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Reese Howell Thames, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Catherine McGill Thomason, ACE Diploma with Distinction, summa cum laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Hannah Grace Turner, ACE Diploma. Judson James Tyner, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Nikolai Petrovich Uchukin, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Cameron Nicole Ussery, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Bryson Alexander Vincent, ACE Diploma. Josiah Sawyer Vinson, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Ishan Munir Virani, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Gabrielle Elizabeth Voshtel, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Eliza Grace Wood, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Summa Cum Laude, Beta and National Honor Society. Amaya Rashay Wines, ACE Diploma with Distinction, Cum Laude. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating the 8th graduating class, the class of 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please stand. Please remain standing for the ACE Student Declaration and the alma mater. Okay. We are ACE, the Academy for Classical Education, where teachers can teach and students will learn. As an ACE scholar, I will be the best version of myself. I will work with diligence and honor. I will respect myself and others. I will seek truth, goodness, and beauty in all things. We are ACE.
You may be seated. We blinked, moms and dads and grandparents, we blinked. Seems like yesterday we were picking out cute outfits to bring that baby home, and then suddenly we were getting them ready for their first day of kindergarten. We watched them walk away from us into a building filled with people we didn't know. The school journey had begun. We took them to t-ball games, piano lessons, ballet lessons, summer camps, cheerleading, grammar school football, soccer, softball, baseball, and suddenly the 6th grade was looming, and oh my goodness, the changes we saw. Overnight, it seemed like they became different people. They wanted their own friends, their own life, and the drama, social media, and then we blinked again, and high school was starting. Studying late nights, finishing homework, ball games, dances, class trips, exams. Instead of driving them places, they were backing out of our driveways. The pace picked up and junior year flew by, and before we knew it, prom. Senior year was upon us, and college applications, AP classes, more exams, dances, volleyball matches, football games, basketball games, concerts, plays, and then we blinked, and now here we are. I told the kindergarten parents Tuesday night who are watching their children graduate and think this is true even more so for you. Have you heard the Kenny Chesney song, There Goes My Life? But now I'll take a moment and make a few comments to you seniors. I know that these speeches at graduation to most of you are just something between when you get that diploma and when you can walk out of here. But I think most of us just want you to say something to you one more time, so hang in there, here it goes. I hope you've worked hard these last years. I hope at times you've struggled. Perhaps at times you felt you were at the end of your rope. I hope you have tried and tried your best. I hope you've made mistakes and that someone helped you face that mistake. I hope you have loved and lost. Why do I hope these things? Because the best lessons in life do not always happen in moments of victory. Rather, more often than not, they happen in those moments when you struggle and yet survive. They happen when you realize that all is not lost and that you do have the capacity to figure out a different way, a better way, and you come back stronger than ever. You see, life does not always go smoothly. Things don't happen just because we want them to or expect them to. Life is a series of changes and challenges. It is for all of us. Learning how to navigate both is a skill that not everyone possesses, but I think you do. I hope you understand that your parents, your family members, your close friends, and yes, your teachers, counselors, and administrators here at ACE do care about you, but the burden of your success in the future falls firmly on your own shoulders. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczynski was quoted as saying, "Remember, nobody cares about your future as much as you." So this idea that there's somebody out there who's looking out for you, who's going to make sure that you get that opportunity, who puts you in the right place, great if it happens, but at the end of the day, nobody cares more about your future than you do. You've got to own it. You've got to make things happen for yourself. At 7 p.m. this evening, you marched into this room as a high school senior. For the last 13 years, you did what you were supposed to do, mostly. You took the right coursework and passed your classes. You showed up. You participated in some form or fashion. You followed rules, mostly. You got involved in athletics, the performing arts, the visual arts, clubs and activities, and throughout this process, you had people standing behind you and beside you, encouraging you and correcting you when you didn't. They have all been attempting to instill in you behaviors and character qualities that you will need when you walk out these doors, sometimes after 8 p.m. tonight, and step into the next phase of your life. At ACE, we've tried to fill your head with lots of academic information that you will need in college and beyond. I know you don't anticipate using the quadratic formula in real life, but you might, and if you do, you'll know it. So what are some of the other things that we've tried to teach you? Well, I could list dozens of things that will be important to you in your next adventure. Simple things like wearing an ID. Anywhere you go, college, military, or work, you're going to have to wear an ID. Being on time is important. I think Ms. Muscali would agree that a judge would take a very dim view of an attorney who strolled into court 15 minutes late for trial. Think about if you were going on vacation on a plane, only to have to wait because the captain didn't show up. Being on time is important. So you get it. Many of the elements of school at ACE are simply filling you up and getting you ready for the next phase of your life. Did we expect too much out of you? No, we didn't. We expected you to be the best version of yourself. You should expect the same thing out of yourself. Commitment to a goal is that part of perseverance. Several of you received scholarships this year in the areas of fine arts, athletics, or academics. By virtue of this, you have symbolized commitment and perseverance. But even in your high school years, there were moments and days that you asked yourself, was it worth it? But you stuck with it because growth requires some level of discomfort. It is through these uncomfortable times that having routines and rituals enables you to power through. Success is not something that happens overnight. Success is also not the same for me that it might be for you. It differs from one individual to another. For some, success might be measured in your family, for some in your social status, for some money, and for some fame. Success looks different for everyone. But there are certain characteristics that all successful people share, and in all reality, most of you already have these. Resilience is one. Working hard, having setbacks, and working harder is a quality that just can't be faked. Everyone fails at times. Real success lies in learning from failure and never, ever giving up. Mental toughness is another. Pushing through difficult times, understanding that the sun will come up another day and you have to be prepared to understand this. It will carry you through those difficult days. Setting goals, oh, this is so important. I used to carry in my wallet a piece of paper that had my 5-year goals, my 10-year goals, and even a 20-year goal. Don't let retirement be your goal, although maybe one of us needs to. Discipline and dedication are integral parts of the pattern for success. You have to keep going when others would quit. You have to maintain the routines you have established, whether it's working out each day or making sure you're continuously learning information that's relevant to your work. Working with others and learning to be adaptable are so important. Most of us don't get into a career where what we say is the end-all and be-all. We have to learn to work with others, answer to others, take criticism from others, and learn from others. It's so easy to be critical about other people, so be positive about things. Be positive about organizations and the world at large. In this world of 24/7 media and talking heads, it is so easy to see the world as a gotcha place, a world where everyone has a hidden motive. We're fast becoming a paranoid society. I can't urge you enough to fight that impulse. See the best in other people. If they fail to be a good part of your life, then you've learned a valuable lesson. Move on, look for the good as often as you can. Take every opportunity to learn something, something you enjoy doing, something you want to do better, or even something about yourself. Having a mindset that everything is an opportunity to learn from and about is important. Seek feedback from others, learn from mistakes, look for ways to grow and improve what you are doing and who you are. Don't look at others as a threat, rather look at them as an opportunity to gain insight and wisdom. I've learned as much from individuals who were terribly bad at their job as I have from those who were incredibly good. Always remember that you are graduating from a school of change agents and winners. ACE has changed the face of education in Central Georgia by repeatedly being named as one of the best schools in the Middle Georgia area and beyond. That designation reflects the teaching and learning you have experienced. As students in a school like ACE, you have had opportunities that students at other schools just have not had. And as a result of these opportunities, not only have you participated, but you have achieved. You've won math team events, science Olympiads, beta competition, quiz bowls, you've scored superiors at LGPE, and participated in exceptional plays and musicals. You have won 51 GHSA region titles and 5 GHSA state championship titles since 2018 because you were ready for the moment. You prepared as zealously for an athletic competition as you did for a history test. Out of 8 graduating classes, 8 has 9 students who have been named as National Merit Scholars, and your class is no different. You were a vital part of the National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence in 2021, and this was the result of all of these awards as well as your academic efforts. You have traveled. Many of you have been to Ebenezer, you went indoor skydiving at iFly in Atlanta, you went ziplining and whitewater rafting in Columbus, you saw the beauty of Charleston, South Carolina, the majesty of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. You bowed your head at the 9/11 Museum in New York and honored those lost. Some of you have sailed the French Riviera, soaked up the sun in Monaco, enjoyed pasta in Italy, hiked the lush trails of Costa Rica, saw the Queen's Palace in England, visited dozens of historic sites in Greece, dined in Paris, and saw the Eiffel Tower. And you all came to realize that the world is a much bigger place than Macon, Georgia, and ACE. You developed an appreciation for the diversity of places, people, and ideas. Before I close, I want to say thank you certainly to Ms. Muscali for being with us tonight. We so appreciate you taking the time to speak to us this evening. I think we've all been waiting to hear from you again since you joined us at Griffin's Take Flight a few years ago. We are delighted that you brought your family with us. And yes, Eddie, I'm going to call you out, including one of our first alumni from the class of 2019, Mr. Eddie Muscali. I know I thanked everyone at Baccalaureate, but I have learned in life that you really can never thank people enough for all they do. And when you have the chance to do it, you need to take it. So thank you to our governing board and our governing board chair, Mr. Wick Gaither. For the last 12 years, and some even before that, you have worked faithfully to ensure the stability that ACE has enjoyed. Thank you to our faculty and staff who come to school every day, ready to teach our ACE scholars and who truly enjoy watching them learn and grow. I know it often seems that the long, long days and weeks that you dedicate to what you do don't seem to resonate with others. I assure you they do. This room is filled with people who truly see the work you do and appreciate your passion and your dedication. I want to thank Mr. Jones and Ms. Farrell for the work they do. Between the two of them, they keep this ship sailing along. Along with our counselors and all of our support staff, they all do amazing work, sometimes in the face of great odds. Thank you all. We're so fortunate at ACE to have an actual police force on campus at all times and for all events. They're here tonight as well, so I want to thank our campus police officers, led by Chief William Farrell, Officer Randy Wilkes, and Officer Ty Resnicki. And of course, a wealth of thanks to Ms. Stokes, who organizes literally everything we do at ACE. Her graduation ceremonies have been a rite of passage for thousands of students in the Bibb County community, even before ACE existed, and no other school's graduation ceremony compares to ours. And I certainly can't end without thanking you, ACE parents. Raising a child from birth to high school graduation is not an easy task, but you have all made it look easy. Thank you for all you do and all you have done to create a wonderful relationship with our school so that our ACE scholars could thrive. Seniors, at some point tonight, be sure and thank your parents for their dedication and sacrifice for you and to you over the years. Well, it would be easy to say to you tonight, seniors, this is your moment, but really it isn't. This is just one of many defining moments in your life, with many more of them to come. But you are ready, you are prepared, you have grit, you have stamina. The future is here, and the choices you will have before you are limitless. Savor them, choose wisely, and as always, I want you to be smarter today than you were yesterday. As you begin to make that final walk with your high school peers, challenge yourselves to live large, be happy, make good choices, treat people the way you want to be treated, and always, no matter what, be the best version of yourself. You entered this room at 7 p.m. tonight as high school seniors, and in just a moment, you'll walk out as a high school graduate. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
You gotta have like a glass to do that. Yeah, I know, yeah.